try to pull that leg in like this. You don't want to teach them to try to pull the leg in. Because when you start teaching that, pulling that leg in, when that's done, stop my penetration. When I stop my penetration, that means I'm utilizing only my arm power and not my body movement and drive. What you want to do, and again, what did I do by pulling that leg to him? I pulled the weight over on top of him. What I said, you don't want any weight on you. You don't want any weight on you. So a couple different things. If you're going to shoot to it, and this guy's right there, you got to drive. Now again, if I'm not physically capable of driving this man off me, then I got to use another tactic. And that tactic is simply getting away from the guy. By that, now you're doing what's called a low type of spinning single. You want to hit angles, things like that. In other words, right now, if I'm just a brute and I move this guy to me, and I just shoot in here, right here, like this, and I hit it, and he starts crawling, and then he starts crawling. So I can walk right here and come up and drive him, man, that's fine. Okay, that's the basic philosophy that a lot of us will be. Just one where you push, you hit in square, and you drive, and you drive, and you drive. But their body types are exactly built for wrestling. They've gone through a process where they have the right people in the sport. And because of that fact, they can utilize some of this power type of wrestling, which is good. And it's a good philosophy for even your weaker athletes to know, just because stopping is not a good tactic. But it's more important to hit and drive. So, if you're going to hit and drive, that's one thing. And anytime you're driving, remember, even though you hit at a low level, it's a good idea to try to come back to your feet if you can. And I guess ideally, if you could just shoot all the time and stay on your feet, that would be the best thing. Ideally, if you could stay right on your feet all the time. The only thing is, a lot of times, there's not openings. There's not openings that will give you the ability to be able to stay on your feet. And even, for example, you watch a Nate shoot a lot of times. A lot of times, what will happen is he will get a guy in the neck. That gives him the opportunity to come in real well. He shoots one side, gets in there, the guy comes up and that's moving. But a guy that stays slow down in here, he's going to have a hard time penetrating and attacking sometimes unless you can leave your feet. Now, so it's a good idea to be able to learn how to shoot, in here like this, to be able to shoot in and not stop, or to be able to shoot in and come around like that. A little teeny opening. If you have a guy with a good stance and low stance, and he only has a little bit of an opening, you're going to have to move his feet. Or you're going to have to move him before he comes up. If he doesn't come up, then you're going to have a hard time getting in on it. So at the same time, it's a good idea to be able to learn to go through low or get that move where you come in and stand your feet. But a couple things I do want to point out right here real quick is that real simple basic. When you lock your hand in on a single leg, it's best to lock the outside arm around over top. It's best to lock the outside arm like here. This outside arm right here is coming. It's best right now to lock this over top of the wrist or over top of this guy's grip here, from here, because otherwise from here, if you lock underneath like this, he can pull it up. It's a lot harder for him to pull this wrist up through this hand than it is pulling it this way. The outside arm, a lot of times from here, will be over top. Same way with a high drop. He's going to reach down to the middle and pull it up. Same thing. Another thing that's real important on single legs, like head on the outside shots, like double leg to your head. If your head does not become part of this guy's body, then he's going to be able to break your head. If you break your head, that means you stop coming in, and coming around from here low. Coming around low there. Hand lock, drive him in. Getting the guy moving beforehand is very good as well. For an example, if I want this low single right here, if I can get the guy moving, if I can get the guy moving there, that will set that single leg up. Very effective. Or if I can climb the same side, if I can get the same side from here, if he's pulling away, and he's probably, but I'm from here, going to have that single leg as close. And again, you don't want to shoot from upper level down like this. When you get ready to shoot, you lower your level by bending your knees. You lower your level by bending your knees, and then you go in. You don't want your hands up in here, shooting down to there. Hands bend, boom, your hands come down and your body comes down before you come in. Use a single leg. There's different ways to step. This is a cross step in here. And if I do the cross step, I usually head to the outside. Head to the inside single, usually from here. Step to the outside and come around. That's sweeping single. I say for learning purposes, you have to learn both of them. Mostly just have the guy stand right there like that with his arms out from here. And just have him learn this type of move right here. And learn this type of move in and around right there. One of the things that young people don't also understand is this. What will happen is when they hit and they come around from here, they come away from the guy. They come away from the guy. When you hit and you come around, you always go in. Again, that's the same philosophy that I talked about. Because if I go away from the guy can move, the guy can squash me. If I go into the guy, for him to counter me, he's got to have weight on his feet. For him to counter me, he has to have weight on his feet. And right now, in here, there's weight on his feet when they come around. But now, there's not weight on his feet. It's very simple to me. Just like right now, if I want to pick up that leg, keep all the weight on that foot right there. I can't pick up that leg. This time, he has the weight on it. If I push him there like that, it comes right up. And so I think about that at the same level down here. When I come around here, I got to be pushing in. I got to be pushing in this. And so if he happens to start squaring on me, same thing. I just got to be pushing in. I don't want to come up here, guys. I don't want to come up with my ass. I don't step up here like this. Because all that does from here is puts me out of unison. I got to keep my hips under. Almost all the finishes that you'll want to do on head to the outside shots, on head to the inside shots, and double legs, things like that. But once when you hit in, you tuck your hip under, and you come under and lead with your hip for the finish. A lot of times people's heads come up too. So if I'm going to hit down here, and I start coming up, my head starts coming up like that, I'm going to be in trouble. My head's going to stay, whether I'm here on an outside single, whether I'm here on an inside single from here with my head, it's going to stay right there. And my hip's going to come underneath me. At the same time, I'm going to be driving with my hip from here. I'm coming up, but I'm not going to come up like this. I'm going to come up, and my hip's in here like this. So I can come up with that right there. I don't want to step up here. I don't want to step up here. I can push it. There's no weight on it. Now I can step up and come up real easy. Okay, now, single legs, again, depending on how you want to get in. Right now, we'll do a simple maneuver right here where we just grab 2-on-1 right here. Kind of a baseball grip right here. All I'm doing is grabbing 2-on-1 right here, starting to move the guy. Okay, and then all of a sudden that foot comes here, I'm coming right around. 2-on-1 the same way, from here. High single leg. If I have to go a long way, I'll do a cross single. Right here. Elbow. If I have to go a long way, I do a cross single in here. Coming around. If I'm close to the man right here, I can do a high single, or I can pop around away from the man right here. Okay, now that'd be a good example right there of what could happen if he didn't finish correctly. Now here, if I drop down right here, he started to do this. Right now, if I went to hang onto his leg right here like this, he would end up holding my head right here. But instead, as I hit here like this, I went this way. Almost always push in, trap an ankle, trap a knee, from here. But as soon as you start hanging on to something, as soon as you start pulling in from here, you're in trouble. Okay? Because you give this man an opportunity. You give this man an opportunity to net it. So it's more important to hit and drive. Hip under, head low, use the head to push. At the same time, you get back your feet take this leg and come over and do a tilt right there and knock me over. Because I had my toes going, because I had my hands locked. If my hands are locked, I better at least be, this weight better be off. So right now, from here, when I hit in here like this, as I hit here, instead of starting to pull it to me, as he's sprawling from here, he's starting to sprawl. He's starting to sprawl. I better release that grip. But right now, when I release that grip, all he has to do is straighten his leg out here, and I'm going to lose him. So as I release that grip, I still have to be going into him. Okay, so when I hit here, if I have it locked, he starts to come out from him, I got to make sure I'm coming into it. Got to make sure I'm coming into him from here. And if I happen to lose it, for an example, from here, I got to have an alternative. I got to have an alternative. One thing, one place, one philosophy that make sure your athletes know is that they never stop wrestling. As soon as you go on the defense, as soon as you go on the defense, you quit trying to score. As soon as you quit trying to score, your defensive position is impossible for you to do anything but hang on. Let me give you a couple examples. I'm going to shoot a single leg right now. From here, I come in there, he starts sprawling. Okay, I'm going to end up right there, okay? Let me give you another example. Head to the outside shot from here. All of a sudden he starts sprawling me out. Okay, here I am. I quit from here. I'm hanging on. How many times have you seen a guy fall flat on this bit? Now this place right here is kind of difficult. You still look at something, but you're still hanging on, okay? And all of a sudden the guy that's going, he comes around. All those positions, like everything else, as soon as I faced out and bellied out, that told me that I quit trying to score, and that this guy still had the opportunity to score. And what was I going to do? I was going to hang on. I always say you have to improve your position at all times. And I say no matter what your position is, 99% of the time you have to improve your position. Otherwise you're going to end up in stalemate. So for an example right there when I hit in here and I start to come around, as I'm starting to lose it here, I'm starting to lose it before he gets me, and I just start bellying out right here like this. Right when I lost that from here, right as he's starting to square, I'm looking for options, no, from here, moving back and forth. I don't want to end up there, but I do want to be able to at least have a situation where I can go to. As soon as I stop, I give up. Okay, now, let's go back to the single leg. First single leg basically was simply one where you're in and around, and as you in and around, you basically finish by simply you catch the guy. You're lucky, he's catching here, he's coming around here. Real low. The big problem is most kids have their head up here and have their hands down here as they're coming around. Your head's got to come right down to it. And you finish by having one hand on the ankle, one hand on the knee. And you do is you come up with it by pushing in. I'm not hanging on. And I can give you an example of the outside shot too. For an example right now, if I'm shooting this outside shot here, as I start coming in, I'm here. As soon as I get here, like this, if I stop wrestling, it's going to be and this is more common, it's going to be one where I can get crotch lifted, a guy come around, hook his legs in, things like that. So instead, and even when I get around behind here, for an example, right here, I can't stop wrestling. There's weight on me. What did I tell you? I don't want any weight on me. I got to push forward. So it's the same thing with this low sweeping single here, popping, moving, getting around. Notice where I ended up. Below the knee. If I don't go below the knee, he can square. If I don't go below the knee, he can square. To eliminate a lot of fight that this man can do to me, get below the knee. If you get below the knee, you have the opportunity to keep that guy from coming out in front. And that's what you want. The only thing is about getting below the knee, a lot of times he comes back and head. Like so earlier. that corner. Gives me an opportunity. Because you know what's happening? When I start flying from the right arm, it pulls back, and I'm trying to pull that leg. Grab the arm, and pulls that arm back and go right with it. You have to pull the leg, you got to hurt it. Or if you can't, if he doesn't pulse it, sometimes you just climb it and move it. Get him moving, get him moving, let him move. Just move right around. Get him moving, move. Right around behind. And one thing, again, that I pointed out before, that makes it work, is if you don't drop from here directly, straight down nose dive. That's why it's important to come down and come around. So even with that hand. Or if you're out in the front, cross it. You're out in the front, cross it. Here. If you cross the single leg, if you hit in like this, it's not important to stay here. It's important to come low. Look how low I went to get away from it. Because if I stay high, even if I hit the corner, guys, you gotta wait. Remember, one of the most common counters on a single leg is wiggle. And the higher I stay, I guess it's just like he was in the bottom position. Here and I had his leg hooked here. We come back to the wizard here. We come back to the wizard. And this is an opportunity for him to beat me. Of course, this is not good to me. I can go high, maybe break the pressure a little bit. Or from here on time, I can drop down low and get an ankle, set him down. And that's kind of what I'm doing right there. Dropping down low, away from the wizard. If you hit this right, you have your setup right, he falls on his nose. The only opportunity he has is to do your wrist with, that's what you want. And as you hit that wrist with, you don't hang on, you use the limp arm, or you drive across, or you drive over to the side. So right now, I'm making single leg. I'm on the elbow, inside side, you climb that side. You can be on this side, from here, moving, popping, going. So you can lead with this arm, or again, here you can lead with this arm, here, and you hit in. As you hit in here now, again, as you start to sprawl, you don't stop here. Okay? Instead, as I hit here, as I come around, my outside arm is going to throw, and so I'm going to slide down. I'm a little bit far away from it, so I'm going to come right back into it right away. Now, from here, I'm going to adjust by simply taking my outside post hand, come in here, take my near hand, come up. I'm going to come up into him right there. I'm going to come up in the air. Use this leg to pick it up, right there. I don't drop down and hang on, guys. Right there, I'm in trouble. He can limp leg around behind me, or he can stay on me. That's why it's important to remember to be aggressive. So, single leg here, when I come down to it, it's important to be aggressive and come back into it. Always come back and jolt that guy. Always jolt that guy. So when I'm in here, coming around, right now, from here, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to go all the way around behind him probably right now. I'm going to have to do something else. But I still have the opportunity to slide down there. Notice what I did there. Just by dropping down, I turned my body away from him, and I still kept my wrist hooked on his ankle, giving me the opportunity now to still come around. So by dropping straight down, I didn't really get a good jump on him that last time, so he started to square. Instead of giving up, though, I still have the opportunity. Watch what I know. I'm kind of lifting my whole body out. Before he had his arms locked, I hit in here and came around. Even when he has his arms locked, I didn't hit real good from here. Before I get this hand down, that's a key point, I guess. My left hand to hit down there right away gives me an opportunity to come around. Even if it's not down, I'm up here yet. All I got to do right now is kind of like limp out from underneath him. If you think about it, I'm holding him up. And all I'm really doing is getting out from underneath him. Because he's underneath me, right here, I'm up on top of him. And all he has to do right now is slide out underneath me, like that. Of course, a lot of times what will happen is I'm continuing to come up here and I'll stretch him out and play this opportunity. But, if you think about it right away, think about the things you're going to be able to get in, come out from underneath. But hopefully I won't get caught that square. Because if I get caught that square, we're going to do something else. That's the second thing. Let me point out one thing before I go to that. Again, repeat as I hit him here, come around. I don't stay here, I push right up. I can drop here and come across here, or I can come, this hand come up to the, my head don't come up, my head stays in there. This hand came up to the knee, this hand came up here, and bring this leg right up. I'm coming up in the air. Come out in the air, right here. You don't hold it here either. finishing the single leg, finish the high cross, finish the double leg. Another very good philosophy is think about taking the man towards his hands. Think about taking the man towards his hands. Taking towards his hands, that means there's no weight on it. That's just another philosophy that goes right along with what I was talking about. Take the man towards his hands. So for example, if I come up with a single leg right here, right, when I from here, came around here, where's his hand? Taking him towards his hand so he has to post his hand, see? Then there's no weight on it. Okay, I was up here, like right here, on the single leg. Taking towards his hands. Okay? Or taking back this way, from here, taking towards his hands. That means the weight is going to go off and he's going to have to post. If you take him someplace where he has to post his hands, that means there's very little weight on his legs, ankles. And that's going to make a big difference on finish. Okay, so trapping the ankle, trapping the knee, keeping the head tight, instead of hanging on down, pushing and come up. Very important to remember. You caught down there, simple limp. In fact, I have 2 or 3 of my young people, Heffernan at 50 and Timberley at 77, that some of their first moves, just because they don't want that weight, is they do an exaggerated limp arm. For example, right now they're in here, all of a sudden they're in here, someone's just strong. They're limping before the guy even hits from here. Okay? They're limping like that. Half the time the guy pulls right down. And what will happen is you end up on top. I think it's a little bit dangerous because from here, sometimes when you start limping early, you can almost end up underneath the guy. But they're good at it, and they have timing down where they don't quite release quite that early. From here, they're right there. And when the goal does react, the blast guy usually ends up on the front. They have a good opportunity to either take the guy down or, for sure, not to cause an injury. Because one of the things that we strive for is that we do not want to be in any position where there's weight on us. We do not want to be in any position where this man has an opportunity to hold his front head on us, body lock on the top, in on a single leg, spread out. Even though we strive for that, it still happens. Because that's what we're not doing. That's why you got to have alternatives. Never stop below there. In fact, in the national semifinal, the thing that beat Chip really was the head to the outside shot. That's one of the things, maybe. Head to the outside shot, stop, and have to crawl out, and then have more behind him. You end up hanging on, right, let go. Instead of maybe have different alternatives. Okay, so now, first alternative was on a low single coming in, staying below the knee, sliding that shoulder. I teach young people so many times that they have a tendency just to forget that when they get in here and come around, they have a tendency to stay up here. Because they want to come up. That shoulder's got to come all the way down below where it bends. It doesn't bend there. It doesn't bend there. It bends right here. Sometimes it come right down even lower. Sometimes even lower. And you don't stay down. Notice how I got that ankle up right away. Controlling it right there. Control a lot of this guy's leg, that knee right there. That knee, once you secure his ankle. Okay, so secondly, if you can't come around, which ideally that's one of the best of anything, is just because you're weighting the guy's weight. Ideally, if you can't come around behind him, then if he's trying to square you, there's other alternatives. If you can just knock him straight over, and if you can't, if the weight's quite a ways away from you, you just do what I told you before, drive. And as you're driving, hopefully, you'll come back to your feet. Or you'll be able to far knee kick the guy. And even far knee kick the guy when you're on your knees. Far knee kick is a very good thing for the single leg, especially when you're on your feet. Probably, though, before that drive, is right when you're coming in and around, as this guy starts to square, sometimes, and most times, your penetration is still good yet, it'll be too high, and the second alternative should be to come right up here like this. Come right up here. From there, where you sit underneath. There's different ways of doing it. If you have trouble getting underneath it, you can sit all the way to the side. Ideally, you can come right underneath it. One of the things you don't do, and I know young people do this all the time. Let me show you what I'm talking about if you don't know, for example. When I get in here and I start coming around from here, I'm in here, I'm still got good penetration here, there's a lot of weight over me. Then I'm still trying to come around, see, from here. All I'm simply doing is coming up in the air, okay? Right here. One of the things that most people do right now is swing. It's not a pull. It's like a quick. You swing. And you want to get underneath him. It's like weightlifting. It's like weightlifting. You go to lift weights. And you want to do a clean and jerk. You don't want to have to pull the weight up from here. You want to get underneath it from here. So when you go, you get way underneath it. You get way underneath it. Very little elevation that I have to do there. Same way with this finishing the single here. When I come in, I come around, I start losing. I'm ducking under. But now when I duck under, I'm swinging it. See, there's a lot of weight on it. But I want the weight over me. There's a point there. There's a point there where he has no weight. For a while he has weight. If you do it slowly, that initial jerk will get that weight off the floor. By jerking, there's more explosiveness to it. So you need that initial jerk. When you get that initial jerk, when it rolls, now there's still weight straight up. As soon as that weight just transfers a little bit over top, there's no weight. And by the time there's no weight, that's when you should be doing your finish. This particular single type thing where you're coming around from here, you're setting the guy up, you're coming around from here, all of a sudden, boom, you're up. Now, I don't stop. I happen to be sitting here like this right now. A lot of times you don't have to be. Sometimes, if I can't get in, watch what I'll do this time from here. I'd rather keep my base, but this time from here, I'm just going to sit right in my butt. I'm going to sit right in my butt. I'm going to sit right in my butt. Just to get under. If I can stay on my knees, that's fine. Just so happens one of the best wrestlers right now in the world, well, I guess you rate him by the world championships. Last year, the 49-pound Soviet Union, Zayed was rated the best wrestler right now in the world. Second best rated wrestler, I guess, was Sergey Belousov. And one of his favorite techniques is simply, he doesn't get that little single, he hits that right up. He hits that right up, and he goes all the way to the butt from here. I would personally, instead of having to sit with my butt like this, I would soon just stay right on my feet from here, stay around and come right up. Because ideally what I want to do from here is I'm coming around from here. Again, you got to be going live, you got to be into it to really get the full effect. But right now, if I feel like I'm not going to be able to get around to that ankle from here, he's got weight on my back. Before he stretches me out a little bit. Now I can't do it. So now I'm going to have to do something else to get out from underneath it. Okay? So, if he's still got weight, I still got the leg before he spreads it out from here. So I'm going to step from here, I'm going to come up. Now I'm not going to stop coming up, guys. Because here's what happens. Most high school kids get here, stop, or they'll not fall to their side. Fall to their side. Now, I say, I'd rather be this guy, because it's going to be a scramble. But hanging on. Because what happens, as soon as they got there, they started hanging on to the leg from here. The guy come up, they started hanging on to the leg from here, started hanging on to it. Either fell back this way, or they fell back the other way. Instead of, hey, think, this guy's on me. Get on me. You got to get off me. Just wait. It's like I'm underneath. I'm in a down position. This guy's on top of me. I can't think about moving forward all the time trying to get away. I got to think about coming back and getting him off me. Got to get the guy off me. Because he's on top of me. Got to push him off. So I shot here. He's coming around. He's coming up. I'm going to come right up in the air. All the way up. The best way to finish is to come all the way up underneath. Come all the way up in the air. No way off. You touch your head. The hand, usually the hand that's on the leg, the opposite hand, push it over. Your head is stuck up. When you're coming up, you're lifting, just like I said before, you're pulling off. He ends up on his head, you're almost no weight on you, and you finish. You swing it. Remember that swing. Don't stay out here and swing it. You swing it and come under. Remember what I said about coming under on weightlifting? Same way to finish. Same way to finish. If my knees are here and I swing it over top of me, that's tough. So when I swing it, my knees come under me. Whether they stay there or whether I sit here. If I sit here, what can I do? Because I can't go any higher. Ideally, first of all, ideally, like I said, you hit and come around, you come up, come all the way up and take you right off from here. From here, you hit, come around, come right up in the air. Come right up in the air, you step right up. That's the key. Taking him off you instead of coming up in the air this time, instead of like falling down. By coming to your feet, another thing, guys, by coming to your feet, what's that do? You can't hang on to my ankle. Even if he is hanging on my ankle, I come up, I can throw him off. But there's an opportunity for him still to grab my ankle, and that'll happen. But the quicker I do it, the less of a chance. The less of a chance. All right, so if I want to set underneath him from here, I've come here and I want to set. I am going to fall to my side, what can I do? I go right on top of his leg. I'm here. I sit under. I throw with my head and shoulder. Right? Yeah. Throw with my head and shoulder. What'd that do? Got him away from me. Got him away from me. Okay? So when I sat here like this, as soon as I get here, instead of falling down, I'm hip hiking and driving him away from me. Never said here, fall. Never said here, fall. If I'm going to go, I'm going to push off my legs, push off my feet. So I hit here, I set underneath him. Okay, right now, he frees me to go that way. But I could also make some other transitions. From here, I could switch, go the other way. That type of thing. Notice I'm hip hiking on each one of them. Instead of falling down, I'm hip hiking from there, I'm hip hiking from there. So I'm coming up and I'm not falling. I don't want my head dragged. Never want my head dragged. So this time I came up and from here, and I came up here like this, and now all of a sudden he locked my head. Locked my head some way, okay? I'm not exactly sure what's legal and what's not legal here. But right now, the only thing I would concentrate on right now is like tucking my shoulders, trying to get him off of it. Trying to get him off it. Not fall. I never want to fall from here like this. So if I got there and he had my head front from here, and I came up here, I would worry about this. I can even go over his legs. I don't care. The only thing you probably do is like arch his legs up, try to come around and come and move away from me. I got to be aware of that. Anytime a guy has in that particular move, you got to be aware of this particular move right here. Comes up in the air with it. He comes up in the air, you got to be aware of it. You got arching and coming around like that. That's why you start coming around. You got to be able to move your feet too. You got to be able to move your feet. That's why sometimes I like go. He's not in the house like go, but move. Like move. Okay, so this thing is number 2 is probably the second thing that'll be there. 1, in and around, coming up the knee, locking that knee, locking that knee. 2, come around and teach you right up. All the way up. Learn how to come right to your feet. That's the number 1 thing. That's the number 1 thing. Not stopping. Number 3, as you're coming around, you can't get this. Now, what you do is go back to the principle that I started with, and that's the drive principle, where you drive him out of bounds, or you simply just keep driving to keep the weight off. And as you're driving, all the things may open. All the things you may drive back in. You can do your limp arm, be able to finish up your single leg, you do a far knee pick. Or, ideally, you can come back to your feet by driving it. Because once you set back up to your feet, then you will have the opportunity to go to a lot more finishes. A lot more finishes up in here. Up in here than there is when you're down in here. Because you're not as fast, you're not as mobile, but at the same time, you still have finishes down here. So this time, I hit here, I come around, all of a sudden, he's out in front of me. Alright? So, right away, I guess when he's out in front of me like this, I'm going to try to walk in. I don't quite get it. Lipping arm is a good arm. It's a very good situation as well. One thing I don't want to do is hit here, you start coming around front, stop like this. Put my head down. Come right around. If I am going to stop, if I'm not going to stop, he is going to beat my square from here. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to keep my elbows back, control these things, so I can move out from underneath. But here's the happen. Got my thing over here, moving, coming around. I missed it. Come right in there. Always stay square. Never give a sign in there. Never let a guy. Guys say when you're here. Never let a guy get over to the side. Never let a guy get his head off the side. Always keep yourself right here. Furthest away from you. Okay, so I missed this thing. You start coming around front. Make sure you stay. Make sure you can't. Make sure he doesn't get this. Make sure you don't get him that. So you can beat him. Always keep your head underneath. Always keep your head. Your head's looking dry. Your head's looking dry. Okay, so you're in here. You're going from here and here. Notice that again. You want that right there. You want that ankle right there. Because that's right there going to keep himself, his foot from coming around. So again, ideally, when you hit from here, I messed it from there, but as you hit from there, as you're coming in, you're coming up, you want that ankle. Then you want the knee. Just don't stop. You keep pushing. this, that ankle come in. You want to keep coming in, try to maybe pull it back in. Same time you're doing this, try to be able to grab here. But I noticed a couple guys, the 14-pounder, Kubo, and he's doing all right. But he's getting his single leg all the time, and it's just a different level than I'm at. He's getting it right here, and he's standing right here like this. He's standing right here, he's going like this. He's going like this. He's going. He's getting his feet right here. He's coming here and trying to do this. Trying to reach. Very simple, very similar to me getting down here, trying to do this. That's bad. That's real bad. It's not as bad up there because when you're losing, you don't lose anything. Down there, I'm just hanging on and reach for a far knee. Very bad because you just fall out. So what the difference is this. Let's go hit first because it's easier to go. Is that not only you reach, your body goes. You don't reach with this far knee. But when I'm in here, you don't reach with it. From here, your body steps. Okay? So when I'm down here, I never want to go and do this. He's going to nail me. Of course, I have an alternative. Which end, go one way or the other. Left arm, so on and so forth. Keep my head up. Then I duck it. But if I'm going to go for that far knee from here, again, I'm not going to reach. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to be in here like this. I'm going to be driving through it. I'm going to be driving through it. With my knees. Same way with this. Head to the outside shot. I never switch off like this. Get beat. And even if I pull this thing in tight, watch this. Even if I pull this in tight here like this, I don't switch off and come there. I'm losing. When I have this, I push. Then go. Or from here. When I have this, I'm not going to switch and pull like this. I'm going to push. I'm going to push. I'm going to lift. Then I'm going to go. But my body's going to go with me. My body's going to go with me. So right now, on this last one, where I was driving with my ass underneath me, as I'm doing that, if I happen to get him too high, I might under. Or if I happen to if I go that far and leave, at least my body is going to be going. If I do miss him, I'm not going to be stopped right here. Come around. If I stop hanging on and try to go here, go around, come all the way around. At least when I'm moving, I can move. I can move. Okay, so far knee pitch is good when you're on your knees driving. Peekaboo's good from there. Even sometimes he's not coming out in front of you, just stay in the angle. Lifting arm, sweeping low, just dropping out from underneath you, dropping out from underneath you. All those things I talked about. All right, now, ideally, when I'm driving the guy, if I come back to my feet, it opens up the whole new ballgame. Ideally, when I'm driving, I come back to my feet. When he's down there on a single leg, he's real low from down here, and he's pushing. He's coming here, driving into me. The big thing I got to remember, guys, is don't stop and then step a leg up, step a leg up. This guy can catch here, you can catch here, you can do a lot of things. See, or if he even steps that leg up there, this guy can whip you over pretty easy there. What you have to remember is anytime your foot steps up, try to come up in the air, your head and shoulders are pushing him away. A lot of pressure in here. So for an example, when I want to come up, I don't stop my movement and step. Okay? I'm pushing, and right at the same time as I'm pushing, that's when I step up. I don't stop from here and step. I don't stop and step. From here, as I'm pushing, my foot comes up. I step there. And another thing is I don't take real big steps when I get back to my feet. When I'm here, I don't step like this. Because now, this is underneath me right now, and I'm going to push. So instead, I'm taking a short step. Underneath, my head underneath. At the same time, I'm pushing in. This hand is locked here. As I push in. Remember what I said also? If I have a single leg here, right now my hand's locked. I'm holding. I don't want to have to hold this leg. That's weight. So watch this time. I hit, I'm driving. Don't have to lock it. Even though he's throwing his leg back. Once I get in. Right now he's throwing his leg back. He's going his leg back and square. I'm going to lose him. This time, not even my hands locked. From here, he throws his legs back. He's going to have a hard time. Because I'm moving. All right, so ideally, I want to get back to shoulder and head down here and cross your ankle. Cross your wrist right here. Because it's like you started here, close here, but you're already there. You're already there. Cross it like that. Now he said instead of trying to come up in the air, step in there, instead of stepping here to pull that leg out, he said do one thing. He said simply take your feet, have them underneath you, but simply push into you. Push off those feet right there. Notice what it did. It transferred the weight from this leg, which he had before, because he knows I want this leg, so he's going to keep the weight on that leg as he's squaring. So he said just push in right there. Now you're getting extended. But you're taking the weight off this ankle. As you do that in there, now you take a little, you got to remember also, when you're doing this, it's going to be a circular direction. So when you hit, you're going to be going in a circular direction. But right now, we're not going in a circular direction. We're standing just to learn this. Okay, I haven't beat him because I did the initial move. I got the initial jump on him, and I'm in on him. But if I stop the circling, he will end up, out in front of me. So right now, I'm just pushing in. As I push in, I step up there, or I step up here. Either one. I don't take a big step. I don't take a big step. But I'm pushing in. And he's holding me up. His knee joint, which isn't real strong, is holding me up. Now, I'm not going to come around and bang into that knee. I'm not going to try to purposely hurt anybody. In fact, he'll keep trying to stay out in front anyway, and it probably you won't have that good of an angle on it. But right now, for learning, all I'm simply doing, he's holding me up. He's holding me up. And now all I want you to do is just pivot on that foot, and just try to come out in front of me a little bit. Don't move that leg back real far, fast. So all we're doing is this drill right here, where he's coming around in front. I'm keeping the weight on this, and I'm circling. So right now, as I push in, you start coming up. So I'm just learning a circle right here, keeping the weight. I'm learning a circle right here. As soon as he gets out in front of me now, I keep beating. See, that's why I got to stay up here. That's why I got to stay up here. So the drill is, I start here, cross here, I push in. Okay, now he starts turning. I'm coming. What I want to do is push in and come over that leg right there. I want to push in and come over that leg. That's what I want to do. So I'm actually pushing in, circling, and staying ahead of him. I'm coming up. My ass isn't going to come up high in the air either. My legs are going to stay underneath, and I'm going to push in. So ideally, when I first come up the leg, when I first get back to my feet, just like any other rule, basic rule, is why change direction unless you have to. For an example, when I first learned to move, I'll finish off a single leg with a dump. They call it a Japanese dump or something like that. Run the pipe. You've heard that move right there. Simply single leg here, and all you see me doing is drive the guy down right there. And that was the first. That's a very good move. If your high school kids don't know how to do that, yeah, they should learn how to do that. It's very difficult because here's what happens: 99% of them will do this particular thing right here. They'll keep their feet and only move their upper body, so they're not keeping their whole body in unison. Instead of moving their legs and feet, putting the weight down, running the pipe, spreading the guy out, drop it straight down. But see, that was the move I first taught. Instead, I should have been taught to drive finish first. Because when I shoot a single leg, I'm going that direction. I'm not going this direction. Unless so happens you've got a real lead leg way out there, here like that. I just push it, goes back like this. Okay? Usually you go to a guy. You're taught penetration. So the single leg finish I first should be taught should have been hitting in here, driving in this way, driving in that way, using my head, taking the weight off. And again, this particular maneuver is simply hitting here, taking the knee up, taking the head back this way, here, tripling down. That's really what I should have learned to do, because that opens up so many opportunities. Right when I hit, you can knock them down. Because once you shoot one direction, when you stop and go back another, that gives the guy a chance to beat you. So really, shoot and drive is the same direction what you want. Or shoot and come away from the weight, but not shoot and pull back. Shoot and pull back, shoot and pull back. That gives a guy like Randy Lewis an opportunity to step inside, Fred Fosler, step inside, put you on your back. Instead, hit and drive, don't give him the weight up, put him all down. Knock him down. As soon as you stop and hang on, this man has every opportunity in the world to do a hole. Because there's thousands of counters. And really, the guy with the last effective counter is the guy that's going to win this particular move. But why should there be a counter to find a guy that initiates the move? I have to jump, I should have a hole. But if I didn't, if I don't finish for some particular reason, I better have alternatives. But right now, so to go in mind where we were, when I hit here, can't get him starting to come around in front of me from here. So I'm coming right down to him. Right out. Boom. Right down to it. I tell you, if you want to finish things, go to the floor. Stay fit in a ball as much as possible. Let me give you an example off that single leg right there. Finish. I was driving in the ball. Higher I can get, the worse power I have. When I want to go down and pick up the ankle from here, if I go down and reach and try to pull it out, it's no good. Watch my head and shoulders. Right down to it. I don't hold it. Come right back up to it. Stay in the ball. You always stay flat. Never extend my leg like this. Never extend it. Always keep it bent. Even when I finish it. Because I want always to have some kind of power. And power is only when you have power to keep in. When it's flesh, nobody's a little bit on your toe. Not unless you get it there. Here is always power. Here is always movement. And so, the biggest common mistake I see on single legs, for example, a drill in a single leg, a high single leg would be this. Alright? Have came up with my knees. Instead of drilling a single leg like this, a high single leg. In. Okay? Drive them this way. Now the next best thing you should learn from a high single leg is not only to drive in, take your knee there, take your knee there, take your knee there, take your knee there. You don't move right there. You may not even have to worry about it. Some guys find the leg there, some guys find the leg there, some guys find the leg on the inside. The simple drill is when you hit here like this, and you come up. Right now you come there, or there, right there. Now that's just a drill. When you go to finish, it's all the way, one way, all the way the other way. Then, that's how you finish. The reason why I'm showing you that is because it gives an opportunity to know a drill. But the difference between the drill and the finish is when here, when I get ready to go, it's like that. And not only do you turn legs and knees, guys, watch. You turn your own hip. Look towards the ceiling. Right there. That will make you guys think. Because it's an all-out move and effort. Now, another thing in there that you should be familiar with when you're driving the guy from here, if you're driving him from here like this, is that there's something in unison that you got to remember. That's when to go which way. When to go which way. Watch. Right now, if my leg's here, and I want to get that ankle out, I got to push in with the leg's there. Now I can go low. I can't go low now. I can go low, but which side? This side. Remember that. Hardly any kids ever realize you go both ways. Hardly any young people ever realize that it's always just the one they learn is right here. This one. And they don't learn it properly, so they usually stay extended, end up down here, hanging on, instead of coming down to it. Coming up, yanking, pushing in. Going down to it. So most people, and my kid did this because he did that. He's had a beautiful single, he comes down to it, he's pulling back, the guy kicks out. Goldman's going this way, his opponent's going that way, they end up that far, 30 feet apart. You go the same direction. If I'm going to go down for a low ankle, I'm actually going that way. If I'm right here, most people think you come down here and pull it this way. Again, that's second nature. First nature is all I would have to do is a bumpy, come right down to it, come up into it. Because if he turns and kicks out then when I'm going in, from here, it's going to make me different. I'm right behind him. Whereas before I'd be oversetting with that guy. So that makes a big difference. All I simply do is use the ways I might bump him, go down, come in. But let me also explain where my legs are. If my legs right now are here, I have to go down this way. If my legs are like here, because I'm walking pushing in, I don't want to go that way. Instead, this hand, instead of being like this hand comes over here, and I'm dropping down and coming up the same way here. Usually when you get this, the knee takes you towards his hands. Or from here, you come up like this. Right now you want to take him towards his hands. If you can come right up and jam him, that's good. If you can't, you feel like you can't jam him, you go in, turn his knee one way, turn his knee another way. So you got to know when to pull it out. So when you're doing this drill, where you come back and forth here, you pull it out at the right time. far knee pick is one of the best finishes. Sides going outside low, sides going inside low. That takes a little bit of time. It takes a bit of time to learn. The far knee pick is one of the best. And I already pointed that out a little bit. Instead of reaching, drive. One of the key things that makes it work is when you go for far knee pick, don't leave the leg inside. Far knee pick works when the leg's on the outside. Or if I'm on this side, when the leg's on the outside, I'm on this way. And not only does it work by showing you something, you bet. You know what I said by turning? You put that leg almost behind you. See, a lot of guys might, if you ever try it from here, you're in trouble. Because all you have to do is grab my wrist, and let it. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is go in here like this. All you have to do is put his leg right in between my leg, and I'm going to fall right there. That's what's going to happen. I can't give him something to lift with. So if I'm going to go for that far knee and I'm driving in here, you know, I'm going to come in. I'm going to get that leg out. That one's out. That one's not on the inside. It won't come out though when I'm here. It'll come out now. And I won't do this. I'll do this. Step. I'll step. Now some guys are really strong. You just go, that works. But it's better for you to move your body. I've had a couple guys who do that. And then Scott Casino just stand up. You know, have his arms on that head. And another guy, Barry Davis, can do it pretty good. But when it comes right down to the top competition, we have to take a guy down like Darkus or Bella Gloss. He's going to have to step in his body and utilize it totally. You get by at a certain level. When it comes to 99th percentile, you better have that technique perfect. The more perfect you can develop your technique, the better. Even though I have a technique, it's not the best, and I'll use it in matches when I drill it. I drill it the best way to know how to. Just because I'm trying to reach for that goal, even though in a match I may not be able to do it that way. Okay, so far knee pick is a very good situation. Driving here, going across, trying to finish that far knee. From here, I'm driving, trying to finish here. If I don't quite get it, sure. If I can't get that, I come back the other way. And that would be good to learn from the pipe. As soon as he stops, you know, remember also, when he stops, you got that alternative. You can go back to it and get to learn. For example, today the second thing we learned, first thing we learned was trap, come around. Second thing we learned was peek move. See, that same peek move thing can be worked from the feet. And I'm not going to do it unless I get in that position. So when I hit and try to come around, I'm pushing in. All of a sudden he starts scoring, got my head down. As soon as he dropped that head down, I'm right from underneath. I'll just give you an example. So I hit here, I'm trying to drive in here, all of a sudden he starts to come around. As soon as my head comes up, boom, there I am, do it from that level. I don't feel like I can go to my left, switch it to my right. Any example, and come out. Don't come down and hang on. Come up, drive, get my head out, come up. I don't want to get my head trapped down there, ever. Don't ever get my head trapped. Always got to have that alternative. Never want your head stuck in there. Okay, now that's just basics, real quick, off the single aiming. There's lots of other ones. In fact, probably the one that's really effective at the really uppermost level is one where both guys hit the top of the south. The guy reaches down and controls my wrist. You know, there's always going to have an alternative. So right now, for example, I'm in here, he's counting on me, all of a sudden, from here he's got me. He reaches down, he's got my wrist, from here, I can't do anything hard. Okay, so I better step, control that, look like that, I control with my knee real quick. Stay down. Right now, he's got my wrist, but that doesn't mean I can't let go of my hand. I can reach my far knee. He can come right around, drive into the case like that. So there's different alternatives. Like I said, I'm down there, I may have to do this. I may have to just let go. Sometimes when you have your hands locked, and you can't do nothing, all you got to do is unlock your own hand. That gives you an opportunity to move, and you don't even think about it. Cutting that corner is very important. Cutting that corner. Second alternative, dropping the hip. And again, probably the best guy that I've seen so far dropping the hip is Carr. highest it ever goes is the hip.
You show that far knee pick. Has he got to have his leg on the outside for you to hit that? Or you just pulled it out?
Planet. The last one I did when I hit the head behind the goal. See? No, he doesn't have it.
I'm talking about when you're up on the far knee pick.
Oh, you mean up in here?
Yeah. Does he have to pop his leg to the outside for you to hit that, or you just pull it out?
I pull it out.
And you do that once?
That's when I'm walking.
He doesn't mind.
Here, I'm hitting, okay? When I'm doing, as soon as I step there, now watch what I do with my hip.
Where are you putting your right
As I
hand?
do like this, now I pull it behind me.
Where are you putting your right hand when you're finishing? Right on the knee?
This one?
Yeah, your right hand.
Right. When I go, what? Here? As I go here, hand comes right from me. I go like this first, but then once it gets there, then I come here.
Stepping
Put it right
between
behind
his
my back.
legs.
Yeah. Right behind my back. See, I come here, now I turn it behind my back. Okay? It's not.
What's your finish on that? Do you ever get caught in there? What else your finish? When you hit the mat, do you ever get caught in there?
Yeah.
We got trouble
Right.
hit the mat with full leg. Hit the
No,
full
what
leg
happens-
straight up.
What happens is, sometimes when you finish, you don't stay at the knee. You come up too fast. So when I come here like this, I come here like this. See, I gotta hang on that knee right there. And now watch where I go. I don't stay here. I come over here. End up on the far side.
Right.
Because you stay hip height up. And that's where we lose. You only get a guy 3/4 way down, hip height up in a wizard. If you take him down, you pull that knee under, you go across the far side. Your whole body goes across the far side. So then he's right there instead of right here. Once you're far side, he can't come up. And if you stay at the knee, get the knees together, you can't move. Just hips. All right?
Thanks.
If you start coming around the waist, they can move your legs.
Right.
You guys work on that.
Right? I never switch like this. And I don't switch to be switching, I switch to finish. That's why if I switch around the waist, it's not a finish. Unless I step around the outside. One time I switch around the waist, just there. Okay, come on, go.
You're moving your feet. Does that mean you're not driving with your head?
No, I'm moving my head. Every time my head pushes him, that's my feet follow.
Your feet
Head-
are going at the same time
Yeah.
you're pushing the
Head's just a little bit ahead. Because if I move the feet first, my head gets an angle like this. And once my head's broken, I'm in trouble. So my head's always pushing, then I'm just...
Try to cut below his knee on your finish.
Ask you a question about tone as far as how you're cutting that angle. I like the idea that both see one getting it. I'm not just trying to find a grab.
Never been able to.
Because you're got to go low.
Right, that's what I'm saying. How are you getting to?
Right down your body. Okay, so what happens when I get you right here like this, from here, whatever it is, from here right now, here what I'm doing, I'm keeping this arm in so you can't get there. You'll probably, what you'll try to do is reach and grab.
I'm just trying to square
That's what usually gives me a chance to shoot.
Stepping outside this way?
Yeah. Or, you know, I might be able to move you here too. Might be moving there. A lot of times, my first hit where you reach up, grab, look where I'm taking that hand to your knee. I'm taking that hand right down to your knee. See, most guys like just let go and shoot. Right. Or they won't even do anything. They'll just hang out there. Yeah, I'm taking your hand right down to the knee. The ankle.
That's a tough head outside single. You're pulling that knee in and trapping it right under there.
Right down the knee. So you're in here like this. I'm pulling out like this.
It might, you change up your grip.
I use both of them. Both the elbows.
We're fighting.
Yeah, good. Okay, when you hit there, though, now once you hit there, then you got to let go of the arm, swing around, because otherwise I'm still going to square. So,
Do it one more time.
okay, so mine here like this, I'm pulling down. Now when I go here, I'm hitting here, and now I'm dropping below. Hitting at the knee, but then I'm dropping below. It's two drops. So one drop to the knee. Yeah, good. Most people drop and hang onto the knee. Now you square.
So I have to have a high crotch to this side, and this leg, I have another
got to have a good leg attack to be successful. You've got to have a good hand. If you're, like Dan said, when you're shooting down at the guy from poor position. And that's another thing that I've been listening to with these three guys. And all they're talking about is position all the time. Bobby talked about position of the head before the attack. Dan talked about position of the shoulder, position of the head as the attack. Russ talked about position, taking the guy out of position, changing levels, moving to the side to create an angle. And all it's position. It has nothing to do with how big and strong you are, how short you are. It has to do with your position. You spend so much time working on position, head position, arm position. If you look at these matches, the best wrestlers in the country today, 5 or 6 are probably 10 of the best in the world. I don't know how many. We've got 4 Olympic champions wrestling today, another world champion, 2 or 3 more World Cup champions. Okay, we'll see the very best today. How many techniques are you going to see in 6 minutes? 2 or 3? How long will it take? 2 seconds? Half a second? What are you going to see the rest of the time? You're going to see them fighting for position. You're going to see them trying to control the tires. To me, this is one of the most difficult things as a coach, is tires and position. Because it's the difference between this and this. You tell a kid that, you know, and that's everything. Because if I have that, if Jimmy has this, I am not in a position to attack. I'm on the defense. Now I'm stop the wrestling. I'm stop wrestling. I've got to change it. Get on the offense. Get on the team. You look at these matches, and the guys are controlling the tire. That's the battle. If I can be in position, if we can stop here and I can start right here all the time, at least everybody says go, I'm going to beat him every time. And that's the key for me to get into position. Okay? All Dan talked about was moving that man, putting that leg in position for me to attack it. I'm not going to attack that leg on its way back. I'm going to wait until something happens to attack when it's in position for me to attack, and I'm in position to attack. And that's another thing. When I move a man, we used to teach those drops. Okay? First time I just call the guy up and tell him, hey, I'm coming. Right? Now you get it's so subtle. As I move him into position, at the same time I'm flexing. I'm changing levels so that I can attack this man and drive into him. And that's one point that Dan made. And I know Russ made it. Dan really accentuated it a little bit more. To me, the most important thing in wrestling, maybe I can keep the pressure into your opponent. Don't let him have weight on you. You have weight on him. So I teach these 4 things when I teach high crotch. Head up, back straight, hips in, and pressure into your opponent. And I tell our guys, if you think about those 4 things when you attack, crotch, single leg, arm straight, double leg. When you're riding a man, when you're trying to pin him, and when I'm trying to get off the bottom. Now, I'm not going to go into stand-up, but it's the same principle. As I stand up, I want my head up, back straight, hips in, and I want the pressure in the hand. Dan said, if I keep going like this, trying to get out, I'm never going to get out. I've got to get this guy off of me. Get him off me. Same 4 things. And that's why wrestling is so complex. When you break it down, it's so simple. These things, all it is physics, pressure. That's all it is. So to do something, guy's gonna tear my head off. All right? From here, I change and I drive. Drive through and into it. Don't drive and stop. Now, some of the demonstrations I'll do today will stop in that position to explain the different options. But I want to come through here. Boom, boom, switch. My double if I can. I like to get my hands locked, especially on the high crotch. Here, right through. Keep the pressure in the hip. This outside leg coming up is critical because if this leg's down, Jimmy can push into me, and I don't have much to push back with. If this leg's up, he can push into me all he wants. And I'm going to push back, pressure in the hip. That's the key. That's the balance. Jimmy shifts the high crotch on me. If I can get the pressure into him, what Russ was doing yesterday was jamming, changing levels, changing direction. I'll be him. That's the war. That's the battle. That's what it's all won or lost. Who can drive into the other guy? As I penetrate that. It's not a reach, it's not an extension. It's a penetration. Watch the level of my back and the angle. As I come, it goes straight all the way. And then it hits and it comes up. And the weight goes here. The Jim's far left. In and pressure. Alright? I'm flat here and Jimmy hits into me, I can't fight back. There's nothing to push back. If my toe is curled and he hips into me, he drives into my feet, which actually improves my position. Okay? So, that's the basic kickout position. Right in here. Any questions on that? It's the basic position. Head up. I don't want the head on the hip. The head's on the hip, I'm looking down. I want the head up. That transfers the weight and the pressure into your opponent right there. I'm flexing here, I'm flexing my hip in, I'm flexing my chest in. No space at the shoulder. Okay? So, everything we're going to do, we're going to go to that, every attack, and then the finish is going to come out. Alright? No questions on that. Now, another attack from the outside is the post. What Bobby talked about yesterday. Bobby does this with his double leg, with his high crotch. Okay? Dan was doing, you can do it with your single leg. As Jimmy reaches, I'm in my stance. As he reaches, I change levels and I post. I make a V with my hand, and I post up and change levels. And penetrate at the same time. I follow through. A lot of guys are going to want to do this. And that's what's going to happen. This guy, if I reach for a guy and he pops that up and he comes in, the first thing I'm going to do is try and go like this. Boom! Get that and drive it to the side. I'm going to hit it in the head with my elbow. So I've got it posted and drive it across. It's a very powerful move. And if I do it right, this hip will actually come through me. It'll come right to me about an inch or so. So I'm in position. He reaches, I post. Reach high at the crotch before I get the name of this hole. And I drive through. Back to the same position. It's a powerful shot. Power. Deep step. Boom, it's going deep in. I drive, put the pressure into him. He goes my finger. Penetrate. I don't see this guy. All the guys I wrestled, the only one that really knew what they looked like, unless I wrestled them 10 times, were the guys who beat me. Okay? Because most of the time I'm here. And this is, I'm looking here, I'm seeing motion, I don't even see legs, I just see appendage. I see motion, key on motion. If the guy beat me, then I keyed on the face. Because I want to recognize him, because I was looking for him. He and I were going to talk again. We're going to talk a little bit tougher next time, I'm going to kick his butt. Alright? So, I'm in here, I'm in my stance, and as he's reaching up, I see that motion. When that arm moves, when I see motion, I attack. I'm here, and it moves, boom, it changes automatically. And that just comes with a lot of drill. From this change, I'm driving into him, I've got to cut the angle and get that pressure. I don't really want to come out here a lot, because I'm extending now, and which way am I going? I'm going away from the man now. See my hip? It's going over here. I want to stay underneath this man and come underneath. Here. Drive, here, drive, underneath. Control his hips. Alright? So we've got 2 attacks from the outside. Both of those step to the middle. On my high crotch. Straight attack from the outside, post, step into the middle. Dan wrestles in close and tied up. Nate's wrestling out here, boom, in this way. Right? Dan, I think, is 100% right. And eventually, you're going to have to commit to where you need. Okay? You have to go in there all the way. Alright? It's nice if all I had to do was this all the time. Never had to go to my knees. But Jimmy's got a nice stance here, and he's nice and low, and his legs are back, and his arms are out, and his head's out. I'm going to have to really get a bunch of penetration and go in there and really attack this. So I've got to be able to commit. I like to wrestle tied up. Everybody uses their strength. Nate's fast, quick, and powerful. So he uses that side. He wrestles that side and wrestles his match. That's why he's beating like that. He can wrestle his match. I make you wrestle my style, I'll beat you every time. If you make me wrestle your style, you'll probably beat me every time. And that's the key. Controlling the ties, wrestling your style. I like to tie up the man. I like to tie up the arm. I like to tie change the level on this man, get this man to extend up. I do that by controlling the thigh. As I penetrate, I step, I have to change levels, and I arch and pull this and extend his arm completely here. As I step deep, I want to step to the man. I don't want to step out here. No, I want to step to the man because we're attacking this guy. So I have to make two changes of directions when I'm tied up. Outside, and then boom, I've got to get back into that man as fast as I can. So that the pressure's into him. All right? And I don't, he doesn't get an angle. I've got to go here and then here right away. Make Jimmy pop to that left. Okay? Got the elbow tie. Here. Boom, again, follow through. Here, arch. I'm already putting pressure on him with my head. My hips are in. I'm reaching here. I'm driving. I don't let him come back. Because I'm pushing with my head. If I let him come back to here, and let him over here, now I'm going to get cross-faced, I'm going to have a hard time. So I'm holding down there, holding down. And that's all part of keeping the pressure into him. It's arching your back, flexing your neck, pushing with your head. I push with the side of my face. I don't push with this. I'm pushing down, right there. My head's weak that way, my neck's weak. I push here. I've got my spine in line, it's in the strongest position. He could try and push into me. Doesn't happen. If I move this way, okay? Your spine's got to be straight, back straight. So, you have two outside shots, elbow tie, tricep tie. All right? I like this the least of all of them because this gives Jimmy inside position. Okay? These arms inside of his controlling factor, these fingers right here are inside. I'd much rather be where he is. All right? He's got a high cross. He's got a duck on him. I can hit my high cross from here. It's the same thing. I usually pop it down as he brings his elbow back out. I pull it again. That's the thing. That's the problem. I don't have as good a pull. Don't have as good a pull. Another problem as I come here is he catches this arm. Okay? He might not pull me back. He stops me to get my hands on. All right? So I get two things here. One, as I go the first time, I try and slide my elbow through. I go here, and this elbow comes right here. It's called a slip. Slip right here. All right? If he catches my arm here, and he starts to catch my arm, if I try to pull it through this way, he'll beat me. What I do is go to the weak side. I extend down to the end of the lever, the end of his arm, and pop. Here, to get my hands on it. Okay? And I don't know, did you show the quad yesterday, Spencer? Okay. A lot of times, we're wrestling with people at 1% and we're really interested in beating. If I hit a fireman's carry, boom, they lift that arm, they throw the hip in, and they stop. You're in good position like Bob was, and you can still have touch. And you're still in great position. If I go to hit the fireman's carry, and I come here, and he pops the chip in, once he does that, I'm going to take it. Okay? If Jimmy hits a fireman's carry, to counter a fireman's carry, I have to pop my hip in and lift my arm right here. The carry's effective because I'm extended. I've got to just, boom, I've got to get my base right here. Now, Jimmy, all he does is switch with a crutch. He's in great position. Okay? That's why you didn't see Coach Douglas showing you a fireman's carry like this. Because if the arm slips out, I'm in trouble. Bobby had his base under him all the time. Here, the arm comes up, he lifts it and comes up, boom, right here. I'm into my high cross. There's actually another setup. No. Okay? So, the elbow tie, triceps to a slip, triceps to an extension, overhook, the fireman's carry, and then counters correctly, boom, come in, and drive, and then the last, not the last, one more from the triceps. The triceps here. This is Dave Schultz's favorite attack in the high crouch. Two things. I step to the outside to create a bit of an angle, and then I change levels to clear my elbow. Here. If he holds this up, I can't attack. It's going to make it difficult for me to attack. So I create an angle, and then I change levels by bending I push it. And I hold it until I get through, and then I worry about getting my hands locked. Okay? Then move the man here. Right into it. Right into it. Now, last one that I use is on under. You can't get any better position. Well, the only better position I can get to this is this. Now that's I'm working for those underhooks because I have control of his body. I can move this hand all day long and never move Jimmy. All I move is this arm. As I move up this arm, and get closer to the body, the more control I have. Right now, there are about 1, 2, 3, 4 joints between me and his body. I get past the hand, now there's 2. 1, 2. That's still too many because I can do this, and all I move is this arm. Alright? That's why the elbow time is only 1 joint. Taking that down to 1 joint. Now when I move this bone, right here, his body moves. If I take that joint out and make it happen. I don't wait for this guy to do something stupid. The good guys don't make mistakes on their own. Okay? See these guys in high school. Woo-ah! Trying to get you guys to do this. Do this. I don't know what they're trying to do. You know what I do to those guys? Slap them on the head. Quickly. Settle down and wrestle. If I want this man to move this leg, Jimmy, you make me move this leg without touching it. Can't do it. Make me move this leg by holding my arm. Don't move this leg. Don't move that leg. You have to make it happen. You have to put him in position. Don't rely on this guy to be stupid. Eventually you're going to wrestle somebody who's smart. You don't want to lose to those guys. You want to beat them too. So this is the best control. I want to flex and make this man. He wants to be flexed in here and his elbow in. Right here. What Hellison talked about this lat, right? One of the biggest, strongest muscles in your body. Controls it. Hold your shoulder tight. Hold your arm in position. Alright? If I can flex that up, Jimmy's got an extension here. He wouldn't come out and wrestle me like that, would he? Alright, I'm in here, head position. Now what I like to do is I like to take him out of the stance, here, and as he goes back to his stance, alright? As he comes up, I've got my block in here. This is a great block, my head block. I've got to get just a little bit of space to get my head through the hole. And that's why I'm moving here. Snap, extend, as he wants to come up. Attack. Full extension and follow through. So I can make this man extend over his hips. As I come here, I attack and I come here and I arc and I follow through here. And then make my transition into him. You just look at his stance, look at his base as I extend here. Good angle, good position. Lousy position on his extensions in his arm, his shoulder, his back. Extensions here. Extensions in his legs. Because he'll go here. His legs have no power. His back has no power and his shoulder has no power. Okay? So, any questions on those attacks? Again, we're going fast. I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to show you the whole series if I can.
Coming off your underhook, Jim, when you hit your high crotch, where's your hand position? Does it change any from when you're hitting off a different setup?
The inside hand, it maybe goes a little bit deep because I'm so tight. Okay? It maybe goes, because a lot of times from here I reach right here in the middle of the thigh. If you really want to reach high in the crotch, the thing is I hit here so fast and I get to here to get that leverage on the knee. Okay? You really don't want to reach to the knee. A quick. As I drive, I don't switch until the weight's on your far foot. When I make my switch, this hand, don't bring it out here. Just slide it down and hook right here, right at the knee. And I'm driving this whole time. I'm driving. I switch my base. This leg. I switch my base and drop. Right there. All right? Now, I'm going to show you one situation here. I'm going to show. Hold, I really like it. It's been a tremendous addition to the high crotch. Anytime I finish the double, I can put it on his back. Not anytime, every time. If I just do a couple of things. One, keep the pressure into it. Two, keep my position. My shoulder is right in his stomach and inside the hip. And I'm controlling it. Controlling his hip. In here. As I drive to the double, and we go down, I make my switch right here. If I maintain, if I do this, he bellies down. If I maintain my position here and continue to drive with your belly, Jimmy. Okay? I'm blocking him with my bone. Right here. There's a lot of pressure on him. A lot of pressure on my legs. I'm not up in the air. I'm down below. It's called double knee wrap. Double knee wrap. As I drive, I still lift in the outside leg, because that's keeping the pressure into him. I lift the inside leg and wrap at the top arm. Okay? See here, I'm going to hold both his legs with one arm. So I got free hand. I have a free hand to fuck him on the head, throw a hat, look for a cradle, punch him in the nose, get his attention, put him on his back. I drive right here. I'm driving, and I lift, and I wrap right here. Wrap at the knee, and as deep as you can go. Double knee wrap. Wrestling terminology is always so difficult, tough to understand. Double knee wrap. As I drive, I want to alleviate the pressure on my arm. I don't want to have to use muscle. I want to use bone to hold this man up and control his hips. So I drive and I stick this leg underneath. I drive and I step up right here. And I put my own hand at my hip. And what I do is I encircle his knees with bones, not with muscle. Okay? I drive up and I just stick my own hand right here. Now I don't have to have my hands up anymore. I got a free hand. So I'm looking at his head hunting. So I'm driving here, and I wrap, and I step up right here. Keep the shoulder pressure. And now this hand comes free. If he scoots forward, I scoot forward. I scoot forward. Right here. Right there. He can't get to his belly. So I'm driving here. All right? I drive, I look for the half underneath the arm. All right? I haven't found a better take combination, make it credit. But just an old half in the crotch. Here, I drive here, step up, look for this. I want to go right here. Now, don't do this. We're not rolling into him this way. Pressure across. I'm going to drive to his head. I switch the switch. I can reach underneath and grab his shoulder. And he's fighting to get to his belly. Use your legs to hold him up, not your arm. If I pull this out of here, now tough. Tough for me to stick. Okay? Just want to show that real quickly. Double knee wrap. Golf here. Golf wrestling course last year scored over 50 points on 30 matches. Okay. The good guys don't want you to switch to the double. They don't want you to shoot the double. That's why they have a nice staggered stance, so you can attack the double. So I attack the high crotch. I go to switch, block the double. You're seeing that. You've been watching the tournament. You're seeing that every day, every match. Guys come in there and they're blocking that. price. We're letting you in. If the man continues to block the double after I've popped him up in the air, I've got two options. Well, two options. One, I'm just going to pick him and knock him down with my head. Okay? So I pop him up in the air here. He's here. Boom. Pull across down. Boom. Right there. Down. Hit him with your head. Now, you've got to make a pivot. Like those figure skaters. You spin very fast and nice and tight. They stick their hands up, they slow down. If I'm going to make this turn, the more upright, the more vertical I can be, the faster it's going to be. So I create speed by position. What we talked about earlier. Just make that pivot, and then here, pop it up, and pivot right here. Pushing into him. Again, am I going to sit here and go back? Boom, pushing into him. The same things apply here. Head up, back, straight, hip, sit, pressure into your opponent. Get up, Jimmy. Get up. Up. Another one. Make him work to get up. All you need to teach your heavyweight is stay off your knees. Get on the guy. Get up. Get up. Pressure. Use your legs, use your hips. Right here. Sometimes in this situation, he puts his outside leg down again. And he lands here. Okay? If they do that, that's how we finish. Lift. It comes here. High up the crotch. Right here. Pressure into him still. Reach high up in the side. I reach and grab his far shoulder so he doesn't run away. Lift. Right here. Okay? Right here. Again. Nope. Pressure into him. Here. Here. Don't worry about it. I love these guys. They get in their turf and they grab my ankle. It's great. They're holding that in for me. Good. I let my leg take a rest. And it's not coming out once he holds it. Okay? And I look here. And the first thing I do is find the school photographer. And I look for him. That is a cheerleader. Okay? And I look for him with him. If he's over here, is this the picture you want on the paper, Mark? This right here? Oh no! I'm sticking Jimmy Pearson. This is great. Look at this, and then I smack him in the face. Wham! Right here. Alright? This Turk is dead. We don't have time to show the Turk. That's an option right there. You don't get him all the way down. I'm here. Up! Here! I'm there! Here! Now, Jimmy's countering because he knows what I'm doing. Say, lift him in the air, his leg. Most of the guys that should just stand on that. Okay, so finish this there. Any questions so far? All right, now the natural transition now is as I start to lift his hips. Jimmy can lift my hips because I'm bent over him here, and I'm over him, so it's easy to lift. All right, you lift me, Jimmy. Okay, lift. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm dropping my hip, changing my level. Jimmy can lift me. This arm is designed to do one thing. Hold me over his power. He's not lifting with his arm. His arm is holding me over so he can lift with his power. So he goes to lift, I change here, position now. No. As I come up, I drive into my opponent. I pressure, pull the leg out, and all I do is I don't really stand up. I just put my other leg underneath it. For a second there, I'm standing on this leg and this leg. His outside leg. That's what's holding me up. I'm making that happen. Here, right there. Again, now the position is critical. I'm flexing this to the outside. I'm up on the lat, and my hips are in, not here. How bad do you feel? Not bad. He's starting to get in position to hurt me. Here. Go ahead. Hips over. Back straight. Hips in. Head up. Pressure in. Same thing. Okay? Here, even if he's blocking the double. I go to lift. Drop. Right here. Watch this. Here. Here. Not here. Not out here. Nothing. I got nothing here. No pressure on him. He feels good. A lot of pressure on his far leg. Hips in. Change levels. There's two ways to change levels that are right. Three ways to do it. This is wrong. Okay? That's not a change level. That's a mistake. I can change levels by doing this. Change levels by doing this. That's short, isn't it? My base that low. I do a combination here. Widen my base. This gives me better base. And bend my knees. That's why so many guys, as they come up, they get in here. All right? My legs are extended, no power. My back's extended, no power. My head's out of position, no power. My neck's going to go down. Step in, I want to control his hips, get underneath him. Step back. I'm not really stepping back. What I'm doing is just a wide base. I'm driving in. Right here, flexing in. But what am I looking to switch? Double. Every time. Come in, I come up, I drive, I take a giant step to make a penetration because I don't want to reach for the far leg. I don't want to reach for the far knee. As I come up, I'm here, and he's not blocking the double. I'm in here. As I step, I take a big step. I don't do this and get out extended. I drive through the man here. For a half, I look for my double knee back. As I make that penetration up, I switch, and now I just drive. Lifting still, lifting the calf, head up, pushing it down. Good base. Not extended. Good base. So I can attack him and I can control him. I can put the pressure on him. All right? Now, the man blocks the double. He knows he doesn't block the double. I switch. All right? So he blocks the double in this situation. All right? And he talked about the single leg dumping, running the pipe, Japanese dump, whatever you want to call it. This right here. 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 Okay? Single leg, high cross. Critical on the high cross is to not get your shoulders to the outside. We're teaching this. If I do this, that's what happens. I get beat. So I've got to pull this man away. Extend his hips. This is all I'm doing to him here. Extending, extending, and then take his leg out from underneath him. All right? One of the options. All right? Here's the whole series. What's the first pressure? Into him. Put the pressure over here and try and switch your double. I push into him. What you do? He pushes back. When he pushes back, I push into him. He moves this leg out. He moves that leg out, and he pushes back into me. That leg is extended. And that's when I run the thump. I step back and away. Here, and he comes extended. Keep the leg up here, and dump. Okay. Okay? So that's first option. Drive across, push the double. Drive across, he pushes back, and the thump. Now, this hold, you got a big fallacy in it. Dan pointed it out. You're pulling. You're not into it. The pressure's starting to come back to you. Well, I don't like this hold. I use this hold Because that's